There are some lessons that God teaches you, not in the classroom, not in the church through a sermon, but it teaches you quietly through your personal experiences. Early in my life, God told me, I'm going to be your father. Not just your God, not just your Lord. And you know the qualities of a good father. A good father nourishes. A good father provides. A good father does not let his children suffer. God is even more than a father. He cares more than a father. And you know this scripture, Philippians 4:19, that says, I will provide all your needs according to my riches in glory. You see, that verse of the Bible stopped being just a verse to me. It became my reality. Because I've seen God provide for me in ways that defy logic. He has literally brought money out from places that made no sense to me. And when I say this, I'm not trying to be dramatic or to exaggerate. I want you to get comfortable, because if you stay with me to the end, you might have to change your perspective about how you see your life today and how you even see money. Hello, wonderful people. Thank you so much for joining me again today. My name is Opayemi. If you are seeing my face for the first time, thank you so much. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you for coming back again. I appreciate all of you and I love you all. Let me say something that may sound shocking to you. I've never been broke in my life. I know what you're thinking. You've never been in need of help. I've been in need of help before. It also depends on how you term being broke. My own definition of being broke is that I've never been financially stranded in my life before. When I was in uni, God made a covenant with me. He told me, he said, you will never be stranded. And anytime I find myself in some situations, I go back to God and I remind him of his words. So now, I've had some times when I needed help. But before I open my mouth to even say it out, I see people coming to me to ask me, do you need anything? Please, if you need anything, ask us. That is how God has been working with me. You know, he will make sure he surrounds you with strategic people, people that will be there for you, people that will go out of their way just to please you, just to make sure that you are comfortable. Fast forward to 2018, I moved to Abuja to stay with my brother and his family. The plan was simple. Move to Abuja, get a job and settle down, you know. But you know that usually, God's ways are not our ways. The way you plan it, sometimes it doesn't go as expected, but God had a different plan for my life because the job I went for did not come through. So I was hopping from evening tutorials for kids to helping my boss at that time, who had this business that was not thriving in Nigeria. I think I worked for like 5 months, but I was only paid for 1 month. Now, it wasn't as if I was broke, but I didn't have like enough money. Even though I was not broke, I was staying with my family, they were feeding us, you know, giving us pocket money, but it was not adding up. I wasn't really satisfied with the way I was living. I wasn't earning enough. So I went to God. In honesty, I wasn't angry, but I went to God. I told God this was not the plan. But then, something eventually happened. You know, I met this lady in uni. She usually posts this SME, you know. At that time, it was a popular business. I don't know about now in Nigeria. You know this SME business where you digitally generate recharge card pin, electricity prepaid meter token. So I saw this and something just prompted me to, why not learn this thing and start selling it, since it doesn't require any physical efforts. Everything is generated online. So I was like, not a bad idea. So I reached out to the girl. I was like, can you teach me? She said, of course, but you have to pay me 2,000 naira. I was like, okay, I'm going to pay you 2,000 naira. So I paid 2,000 naira and she taught me how to do it. I didn't have to call customer service. It was just through this girl. I learned it and I started transacting business. We were living in an estate, not a big estate because it's like a big compound with some buildings. So I told everyone in the building, I told people in my church, I usually post it on my status too, I'm selling this. Something happened that sounds scary. You know that you have to load money into your wallet, and whenever you generate the PIN, they deduct the balance. So now we have recharge card from 100 naira upward. Then we have electricity prepaid meter from 1,000 naira upward. Whenever I generate recharge card PIN, they deduct my wallet. But once it gets to the electricity prepaid meter token, which ranges from 1,000 upward, my wallet would be intact. And I was wondering, first of all, I thought it was a glitch. So I just left the money in my wallet. Like whenever they are ready, they will remove the money. I asked the girl, can you please give me their customer service number? She actually gave me the customer service. She said she had never used the number. I said, I actually need it. I didn't tell her what happened. So I called them and I told them this is what has been happening. They were like, no, their system will automatically remove the money. I said, I know, because I'm doing recharge card, which is the way it is. But this particular one, you are not deducting my wallet. They were like, no, that's not possible. I said, can you please check? You are not deducting my wallet. They said they have checked and everything is fine. I was like, okay. So we ended the call that day. I wanted to tell my family, people I was living with. I wanted to tell them, but the Holy Spirit charged me, said, do you want it to stop? I said, no. So I kept quiet. But then that went on for a long time before I now left Abuja, before I stopped the business, because I got another job. Now, fast forward to 2020. There was a particular month I said, I've recharged a lot of data. I don't want to load another data this month because I was doing some applications at that time. So I've really spent a lot of money on data that month. So my data has finished and I said I wasn't going to recharge anymore. So something shocking happened to me. At night, I just saw someone sent me a recharge card, 500 naira. You can say that's small. It's not small because till tomorrow, I don't know where that money came from. I asked everybody that could have sent me money, that could have sent that recharge card to me. I did not see anyone that would say it's me. Maybe someone made a mistake. Someone added another zero that wasn't supposed to be there. The recharge card came to me and I loaded another data that month. It's very interesting. Yeah, that is miracle number 2. Now, I want to tell you another one. Oh my God, this one, At that time, I was crying. You know, God will do some things to you that you are not even able to express it with words. All you can say is just to cry and say, God, what have I done to deserve this miracle? What have I done to deserve this kind of grace? Oh my God. Okay, are you ready? This one is mind-blowing. In fact, I have a lot that I'm not even able to share. Okay, so this one, fast forward to 2021. I came to Canada in 2021. So this time, we're still in lockdown. In Canada, things were still under restriction. I like to sing this song, that I came here with nothing. You know this ill song, if there's anything like that, that says new wine. Say, I came here with nothing, but all you have given me. Yes, that was my song at that time. I still like it tomorrow. I like that song because that was just my reality. So I came to Canada. I brought a little money. Not like I actually came here with nothing, absolutely nothing. Not like that. But it amounted to nothing compared to what some other people would bring to a foreign land. Then I knew that I needed another laptop. If I continue to use this my old rickety laptop, I may find myself to blame because I came here as a student. So we were still doing online classes. We were not going to school. So if I don't have a working functional laptop, then maybe I will just mess everything up in my first year. So I said, let me just get a new laptop. So I paid for this laptop to be delivered to me and I was left with 200 Canadian dollars in a foreign land. I'm melancholy. I would have thought about everything because I like to plan. My brain works in a strategic way. I plan for everything. Maybe I would have been buried with worry if God had brought it to my memory that you only have $200. But I never worried about that. It never occurred to me that I had little money. So I was still basking. I was still enjoying my life with the $200. Inflation has not risen to this height at that time. So I could still manage $100 in 1 month for grocery, not for every other thing, you know. There will be some things that will come in. I've paid for my next month's rent at this time that I'm talking about. So now, $200 in a foreign land. Jobs were scarce. We were still under restriction. Remember, God, you know, when God told Elijah that he should go to a particular place, that he has prepared a widow that will feed him. That was exactly my story. God had planted someone in my house, the house I was going to. The Lord has already planted someone there. Now, let's say I got to that house yesterday. The lady came in today. So it was just 1 day interval. So this lady was an Egyptian Canadian because she has been here for more than 20 years at that time in 2021. So she came for, you know what we call housemanship in Nigeria, what the medicine students used to do after their school. So it's like internship, right? So she came for that kind of internship in that city. So she only came for 1 month. So she came, we were all getting along. We had 2 Nigerians in the house before, including me making 3. Then we have this Egyptian making 4 people. So we were in that house. So we were all getting along because nobody to talk to. We were all family, right? So this girl was mobile. She would drive us house, bring us back home. So we clicked almost immediately. So I think the second week or so, I just mentioned it. We were on our way back from somewhere he drove us to. And I said, I could make her. That was the statement that changed everything. This girl took it personally. She came to my room that day. She said, this is your business. Let's see how we can publicize it, how we can market it. Oh, she said she would help me put it on Facebook Market. I was like, what is Facebook Market? I didn't know what Facebook Market was at that time because we didn't have Facebook Market in Nigeria at that time. So she told me what Facebook. I said, I don't have Canadian line. She said she will put her line. So she put her phone number. She used her account to post it. People started calling her. She will receive the call, come to my room, ask me if I will be available at that time. She will book an appointment with them. I didn't even have bus pass. I wasn't even mobile. Somebody was taking me around at that time. So she would drive me there, bring me back home. That girl was an angel. Oh my God. She bought my first hair dryer, the air blower that I was using for customers. She bought it for me. This girl was just there because of me, personally. Now, the first client I had at that time, she wanted to make cornrows. She was white. We agreed on $40, which was fair to me. That was the first time I would braid hair for money. So I went there and I finished the hair. Shema has come. That's my Egyptian friend. So this woman went inside and gave me some currencies. I didn't know the notes at that time. I didn't know green to red, brown. So as a Yoruba girl that I just went out. I collected the money and I went out. So when I got out, I counted the money and it was 5 $20 notes. I was like, this $100. I went back inside. I said, you gave me $100. She was like, it's not a mistake. I love my hair. I like it so much. Thank you for the good job. I was like, wow. I was dazed. I was dazed. I was like, God, is this how you really work? $100. That was a lot of money to me at that time. So that kept going on. That kept going on because everybody I braided hair for that year, they would just add something to it. If I tell them $100, they will add $20. If I tell them $50, they will add $20, $30, $50. Some people will just give me money and I'm like, what have I done to deserve this? So that is a miracle. Here's the lesson that God taught me in my 20s. Money is not your source. I am. Job is not your source. I am. People are not your source. I am. Now, devil plants fear into our hearts just to make us compromise, to make us do evil just because of money. Fear could have crept in. I could have entertained fear, and it would have amounted to nothing because fear doesn't have any good thing to do to you. All fear would do is to crumble you, is to make you feel hopeless, is to make you forget God, is to make you compromise and say, what if God doesn't come through for me? But God will always come through for his children. And then there's one criterion. It is to be a child of God. He will never leave you to be stranded. That is the secret, not to be broke. You can never be stranded if you're a child of God. He said, silver is mine and gold is mine, and he gives to his children freely. So I'm charging us today, if you are not a child of God, you need to get close. Have him as your father and he will take care of you. So perhaps you have gone far, you're like, I'm no longer a child. Remember the story of the prodigal son? He had squandered everything, he has collected everything that belonged to him, but he just got some senses and said, let me go back to my father. Even if I'm not a child anymore, I'm going to be a servant because the servants in my father's house, they're even well fed. So he went back, but what did the father do? He opened his arms and he took him back. That is the quality of a good father. The Lord is a good father. He will take you back. He will never leave you or forsake you. So please, Let God be your father and he will take care of you. Alright, I hope these testimonies have blessed you one way or the other. Please let me know in the comments if God has worked with you in any way before that has surpassed your imagination, that has blown you off before. So if this kind of thing has happened to you before, let me know in the comment down below. I would like to hear it. Like I said, I like to listen to testimonies a lot. I would like to read your testimony. And also, if you have not been able to have this benefit, if you have not worked in this dimension before, I will tell you that God can work with you in an amazing way. Trust him. Don't belittle him. Don't think all this happened in the day of the Bible. We are in the day of the Bible now, and God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or imagine. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Please consider subscribing to this channel and like this video. Always share to your loved ones, and don't forget that you are a model woman. Yes. See you in the next video. Bye.